I want you to hang out with me if you are struggling to feel okay these days. And the whole point of this 45-day experiment, which I am giving to myself as a 45th birthday present, my birthday was yesterday, is 45 days of figuring out how to feel more okay in the world, despite the dumpster fire that it feels like it is. Welcome to the OK Report. I'm Andy, and I am going to be reporting to you for 45 days if I am feeling more okay, because a lot of us in the world, I think especially Americans, are not feeling okay right now. So I guess I can put down my microphone for a minute. Now, I want to explain that I know that you cannot personal development and self-care your way out of systemic problems, which is what we are dealing with in America right now. Huge systemic racism problems, huge systemic authoritarian regime problems. There's a lot of problems going on, and I know that working personally to feel better isn't going to impact those in the way that we would like to see those impacted. However, we cannot help or add beauty in the world unless we are doing okay ourselves. So this attempt at figuring out what makes me feel more okay every day, and hopefully you too, is what we're doing together to figure out how to live and encourage one another under an existential cloud of dread that is sometimes what the world feels like right now. I think part of this process will be like helping our bodies with felt safety, because while yes, there are systemic terrors, we also in the moment can be present and feel safe, right? Because even though scary things are happening and we want to attend to those, there is that real struggle where our anxiety is in the driver's seat, and then we don't actually make any positive impact in the world because we're just spiraling all the time. So the reason that I want to feel okay is so that I can add to the beauty in the world, and so that I can feel alive, and that I can enjoy and live my life despite the circumstances. Because I think that there is this real temptation to just write off this time period as like, oh, it is a dumpster fire, and so I'm not going to feel better because there's a dumpster fire. And I do think it's both and. I think that we need to be doing things in the world to add to the beauty and put out the dumpster fire. Then we also need to be living our lives. We need to be doing both. And if we aren't attending to our own selves, we're not going to have the hope and the presence of mind to be able to make an impact. Now, sometimes taking actions over here can help buoy our spirits over here and make us feel more okay, because I do think that when we are not taking actions and speaking out and voting and organizing and loving our neighbors, we tend to feel hopeless. I talk a lot here about hope as an action, and what I am trying to do in feeling more okay is keep taking little actions that give me hope in the future instead of feeling despair. So today's okay-ometer, I don't know whether to call it an okay-ometer or an okay-ometer. The second one sounds better. Anyway, so it's late in the evening, not really late, but where did I end up on the okay-ometer? I would say I ended here. I had moments. That's the thing about okayness. I mean, I still had that little voice in my head that I talked about yesterday. By the end of the day, I wasn't feeling okay. And at that time, I was feeling pretty anxious about some things going on with one of my kids. And so I do think that part of what makes me not feel okay is anxiety. However, I did a lot of things. That's why I'm doing this video so late. I did a lot of things to feel more okay today. And so I think I'm over here, mostly in the okay land, over in the blue skies and bird category. Today, the things that I did to feel more okay was take action on something that was stressing me out with one of my kids, helping her apply for some benefits in Minnesota because she's currently unemployed. So I was helping her put that together. And in the moment, I didn't really feel okay about it. But then when I look at it, I'm like, we are doing all that we can. And I think that that is something that really helps me feel okay, is to know that I am doing everything that I can. I am having agency over the areas that I have control over, you know, and then having to just trust that that's going to be enough. So that was the thing I did to make me feel more okay about a situation that I don't feel is okay or that I'm worried about. And then as far as just trying to tend to myself today, I had a long lunch with a friend by the water, and that was so lovely. It was really good to just talk and share. It's been sort of a rough week over here. Yeah, sort of a rough week with family disagreements, extended family disagreements about politics. And I will not say anything else about that here, but I'm sure that you can imagine. So that was sort of a rough birthday and Mother's Day week to be dealing with that and to feel quite alone in our position and our approach to wanting justice and being concerned for the direction of America and caring about our multiracial family and our multi-abled family. There's a lot of reasons that we are super upset about what is going on in America. It affects us quite personally, and it affects really all of our children in different ways. And that is why I'm glad that we live in Portugal, but also I have a child who lives in America. It's just always big and hard to be seeing what's going on. However, I do think that talking about it with someone who was a good listener, my friend here, and being able to just be honest about the things that are hard. Having a friend is really, really important. Having a friend you can talk to. So I don't know if you are dealing with similar things in your extended family. But feel free to comment and tell me if you are burdened by what is going on right now in the US, or if that is part of the reason that you aren't sure if you're okay, if you also feel that way. But the ocean and a friend really did help me today and taking action. That's my summary. I will see you tomorrow, where we will continue to try to be a little bit more okay. I will give you the okay report for tomorrow. I would love your okay report. How okay or not okay are you feeling today? Tell me in the comments. And I would love it if you subscribe, because then you can hang around and we can start a community of people who are encouraging one another to be a little bit more okay every day. Hello. Ah! What is in my couch stabbing me? Oh my gosh, seriously. What? Oh my gosh. What is going on? It's a lock picking tool from one of my children. Okay. Let's try this again. Hello. I really don't need a cap on, except I'm afraid of what my hair looks like, so you're just gonna have to deal, I guess.